friends, it's Tuesday and I'm here at work. It's very early, it's about 7 o'clock, and I have a couple of updates for you. And I don't know, I'm not sure what this video is going to be quite yet, so we'll see what happens, but we'll start off with some updates. I had my cardiac calcium test yesterday, and I was told it takes less than 5 minutes. It's really easy, and they were right. It was very quick. For those of you who don't know or didn't see my last video, a calcium score is where they measure the amount of calcium buildup in your arteries, and they give it a score from 0 to 400, and it's supposed to help predict whether you're going to have a cardiac quote-unquote incident in the next 10 years. So basically, whether you're going to have a heart attack or not, or you could have a heart attack, the odds of you having a heart attack or some other coronary issue. So I went yesterday morning. I was not allowed to have any caffeine for 24 hours prior, and basically took less than 5 minutes. You lay down, you put your arms up over your head, they put leads on you, and they push you into the machine. You're in there for about a minute. They tell you to hold your breath, exhale, they pull you out of the machine, and then they put you back in, and again you hold your breath. Then they tell you to breathe, pull you back out, and you're done. So I have not gotten my score yet. I'm hoping that that will come today. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about it. I do have heart issues, heart disease in my family, my father's side of the family. My father had a heart attack and died at the age of 38, and my grandmother had cardiac issues throughout her adult life. So I don't really have that issue on my mom's side, only on my dad's side. I will say that my cholesterol markers are all really good, so I'm hoping that that's a positive towards whatever my calcium score will be. So if I get my score in the next couple days, I'll let you know. So yeah, it was very painless, very easy, very in and out test. You know, it is not covered by most insurance, so I had to pay $150 for a less than 5 minute test. And yeah, so that was an interesting, something new. And it's funny because when I was there, the gentleman who did the test on me was saying, well, you know, why are we doing this test? And I said, well, I think my doctor just wants information. He said, do you have high blood pressure or high cholesterol? And I said, well, I have high blood pressure that's controlled by medication. I said, my cholesterol is excellent. And then he asked if I had any heart disease in my family, and I mentioned that I did. So that's that, you know. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, today is Tuesday. It means it's pickleball day. It used to be Wednesday. But my one friend that I play with, she's a teacher, and she has an after-school thing going on Wednesdays now. So we moved to Tuesdays. The weather's nice enough to play outside, but we decided to go indoors today because it's supposed to be very windy. And the courts that we play on outside, it's normally windy there on a non-windy day. So it's supposed to be pretty windy today. So we're going to go indoors. And we haven't played indoors in a while, so that'll be interesting. When you play outdoors, you have to deal with the elements and the wind, so the balls go flying and off in weird directions, so we won't have that today. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So I figured I would show you, I kind of changed up my food a little bit, and so I thought I would show you what I'm going to be having today. At least during the day, or what I've been having this week for breakfast and lunch. Obviously, I always start off with my protein chai latte, which I think next week I'm going to switch it up a little bit and maybe just do a regular protein shake. Trying to decide what to put in it. So if you have a go-to protein shake recipe, leave it down in the comments. I'm looking for ideas and suggestions. I generally just put a protein, like a Atkins or one of those protein shakes or Premier protein shake, and then just put fruit in it. But I think I'm gonna think about maybe putting some sort of nut butter in it, or spinach and some other stuff. So like I said, if you have a recipe that you really like, put it down in the comments. Give me some suggestions, because I need them. So that's part of my breakfast. The other part of my breakfast, a couple of videos ago, I made a loaf of lemon raspberry, I don't want to call it bread, but like a cake kind of thing. And it was really good. And I decided to make that, but instead of making a loaf, I made individual little, if you can see this, individual little cakes. I have a mold that's like a brownie pan, and so I just made them in the brownie pan. I overcooked this one a little bit, but so I made two batches. I made a batch of lemon raspberry, and then I didn't have enough raspberries, so for the second batch, but I had strawberries, so I made lemon strawberry. I like the raspberry better. I'm thinking about, for next week, making like lemon blueberry, because I like that combination. So the macros on this are pretty good. It's about 200 calories, and this is pretty dense and hefty. I also put chia seeds in it, which I didn't do in the loaf that I filmed when I made the recipe and I filmed it. So I put chia seeds in this just to give me a little bit more fiber. So this is pretty dense and hefty. This is about 200 calories and just under 14 grams of protein. So between the chai latte and this little bar, it's about 44 grams of protein for about just under 400 calories. So that's a pretty decent breakfast. For lunch, I'm still doing yogurt. I'm taking a break from the apple cinnamon. This is just mixed berries, frozen mixed berries. I put them in a pan, I cooked them up, so it made like a sauce, you can see. And so I think it's strawberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries, and I think raspberries, yeah. I don't remember. Whatever. It's one of those frozen ones. You can just bags of frozen berries. So it's Fage yogurt. It's the berries, and then on top I put a little bit of Kodiak granola. This is the chocolate granola, which I don't like as much. I got the cookie butter, I want to say, cookie butter one a while back, and that's really good. So the yogurt is my lunch. And I also bought online the other day, and I haven't tried them yet, are these Shameless snacks. They're gummy candies. And let's see, for this little package, it's 90 calories, 41 carbs, 29 grams of fiber, and 3 total sugars, and 0 protein. So if you're low on your fiber, so I thought I'd try these. I haven't tried them yet. Like I said, I just got them. I am trying to increase my fiber intake. I'm not having any issues with constipation, but ooh, I just opened that and you can really smell it. Oh my gosh. This flavor is so berry cherry. And they definitely smell cherry-like. And they're little, I don't know if you can see that or not, little gummy bears. So yeah, so I'm trying to get my fiber up, and I mean 29 grams of fiber. That's almost your entire day's worth of fiber in this little package. So it's 104% of your daily fiber based on a 2,000 calorie diet. Not the best ingredients, but it does use purple carrot juice for color. All right. So let's go ahead and try one of these and see how they are. Yep, the gummies are stuck in my teeth. They're pretty good. They smell really good. This is a pretty decent serving size. Wow. There you go. Here's your serve. Oops, they're jumping off my hand. Well, there's a whole handful. So that's pretty decent serving size, and it's only 90 calories for your entire day of fiber. That's not bad. So I'll probably have those for a snack at some point today, but not right now. It's a little early for that. So, all right, I need to get to work. I need to get stuff done. So I'll check in with you later. Hi, I'm back. I just got my report for my score, my calcium score, so I thought I'd share it with you. Okay, total coronary calcium score. Now, like I said, it goes from 0 to more than 400. And according to this report that they just sent me, your 10-year risk, if your calcium score is 0, you have a less than 2% chance of a coronary incident in the next 10 years. If your score is 1 to 100, it's a less than 10% chance. 100 to 400 is a greater than 10% chance, and if your score is greater than 400, it's a greater than 20% chance that you'll have a coronary incident. So, my score, total coronary calcium score of 0. So that's good. It's very good, actually, and I was very hopeful that it would be a very low score. I didn't expect 0, honestly, but I will definitely take it. It says I have no active pulmonary disease, no enlarged lymph nodes are seen within the chest, no pleural or pericardial effusions are present, no focal suspicious pulmonary, I can't even say that word, or bronchial abnormalities are seen in either lung. So, no focal bony lesions are identified. I don't know what that means. Anyway, heart is good. Lungs look good, which is also a concern. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but my mother died of lung cancer. And lung cancer is very common. It's very insidious. There's 2 kinds of lung cancer. There's small cell and non-small cell. Non-small cell is, you have a better prognosis, a longer prognosis. Small cell, it's pretty dire, and my mom had small cell, and she died 11 months after diagnosis. When she was diagnosed, it was stage 4, and a lot of times that's what happens if it doesn't get diagnosed early. So I've been somewhat conscious of that and careful to check things. And I've never been a smoker, but growing up, my parents both smoked. So, secondhand smoke is a concern. When she was diagnosed, she really wasn't doing well, and they immediately put her on oxygen, and she did go through chemo, and chemo did wonders. She was about 4 months after she started chemo, she was doing really, really well. But unfortunately, like I said, the small cell lung cancer is very insidious, and it came back within a couple of months, and what her doctor had told us was that chemo will work in the beginning, and but when it comes back, the chemo doesn't work anymore. And that's what we found with her. She did try to do some immunotherapy, but it wasn't really working for her, so she stopped and went into hospice, and she passed away not long after that. So I am, besides being conscious about heart issues because of my father's family, I am conscious about lung issues because of my mother. So it sounds like this is all good news. I'm sure my cardiologist will be happy. I'm happy. Obviously, it doesn't mean I won't have a heart attack, but the chances of me having something in the foreseeable future are pretty small, so that's good. So I just gotta keep losing weight, keep doing what I'm doing, and stay healthy for as long as I can. Oh, what a relief. It really is a relief. It's been something that I feel like's been hanging over me my whole life. You know, my dad dying at such a young age, I've always been nervous about the heart stuff, and that that I would inherit that from him. And it looks like I'm thankfully have inherited my mother's side of the family in terms of the heart, because they all had really strong hearts, and they didn't die from heart attacks. They died from old age mainly, because other than my mother, all of her siblings were well into their 80s or 90s when they died. And her parents are both well into their 90s when they passed away. So good news. Hello again, friends. I realized that I did not film an outro. I think I decided I was just going to end the video with my update on my calcium test. And so I'm leaving work right now, and I'm headed home. I have to go take care of the critters, get dressed, and head off to the pickleball court. I think I'm going to go early because they have a practice area, like a wall, a little section with a wall that you can just hit the ball off of. And I like to warm up before we actually play, and I can't do that when we play outside because there's no place to actually do that. So I'm gonna go early, maybe like a half hour early, and warm up a little bit, get my body moving. I actually burn a fairly decent number of calories when I play pickleball. What are you doing? People are crazy. Anyway, so thanks so much for watching this video. If you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative, I would appreciate it if you'd give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love it. I'd love to have you subscribe. And feel free to leave how your week is going in the comments. I love getting comments and hearing from people and their journeys. And let me know how you're doing this week. Again, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Have a great week. And I'll see you again soon. Take care.
Give a little bit of loving, just a little bit the real.